to Compassionate Healthcare Providers Educational Series.
Now, I have a question. May I go first with a testimony? Um, I was having some, I don't know, something going on, let's say in my chest area, and it would leave me, let's say, coughing, had a little phlegm going on in the chest area, and I was talking to Rose Lee, and Rose Lee said, "Get some toothpaste and stir it up, in a glass." So I have these little spin tools, So I got some water, like a half a glass in there, put a, squeeze a, good amount of toothpaste in there. When I say good amount, not a whole lot, but, about a couple of squeezes like you would normally put on your toothpaste. And I mix it up in the water. And when I mix it up in the water, it came out, you know, it was still liquid, but it came out kind of foamy. But I tell you, when I drank that water, it's like, whoa, you know, it was like using the toothpaste all the way down through your chest and everything. You could just feel the smoothness. It was so cool. I was like, man, I need to do this once a day because, that's going in now, cleaning any type of bacteria that was there. It went through it, you know. So I kind of stuck to it a few days and everything. But it was, like I say, it was such an amazing experience. Being able to, I wouldn't do this with regular toothpaste, but because this toothpaste has that propolis in there, I know what it does for my gum. So I'm like, let's see what it does when it goes down. Okay. I didn't have the Manuka honey because no, Manuka honey was like totally out. And it's supposed to be back on 7/12. So be ready to shop for your Manuka honey. Okay. Uh,
Okay, I like
okay.
to share.
Okay.
Okay,
Doctor.
and okay, this is Dr. Walitha, and the testimony that I'm sharing is from my sister-in-law, and her story is that she was actually in a really bad wreck, and it hit her front of her mouth, and so she lost her front teeth. And this was a couple of years ago. And she wanted to get those teeth replaced, but they said they could not replace those teeth because there was a one that would not heal, one spot that would not heal, and it was painful on a daily basis. So she got the toothbrush and the toothpaste, and guess what? 48 hours is all it took, and the thing had healed, closed up, no more pain. And I mean, she'd been going through this for a few years.
Wow.
It took 48 hours is all it took. So that's, I mean, I heard your toothpaste story, but I had to tell this one also.
Wow.
And so she was really excited about it because now she can get her teeth replaced in the front.
And like you say, it was a few years they
Yeah,
was
yeah, it
trying to
was
do
several
something
years.
about it.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, because she had told me about this last year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it had happened. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a
Yeah.
few years. It would not heal. They could not get that one tooth to heal.
Wow.
Two
Wow.
days.
2 days.
Yep.
Wow. Stepped out on faith.
Yeah.
Um,
And so she has been telling everybody. And so they're all calling now for toothpaste. So they're all calling for the oral care kit.
wow. Wow. Yeah. You know, doctors doctors spend years, treating us, for pyorrhea, I believe it's called pyorrhea, for gum disease. And we just, you know, follow along. I mean, in time past, I have paid up to like $20 and $25 for mouthwash. I've had prescription mouthwash before.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you something. Just by that toothpaste alone, I use no, my dentist know that I use no mouthwash. As a matter of fact, he bought a 5-pack from me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
we've had other testimonies, our brother Will and others, telling their testimony how for years they have dealt with certain gum issues, and all of a sudden by using this toothpaste, awesome, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We
And let
have
me
one.
I wanna share one more thing, if you don't mind. And since you
Okay,
mentioned mouthwash, I don't know if you saw that report that I had shared earlier in the week.
I
But we need
did.
to be aware.
Uh-huh.
Mouthwash is not good for you. The research shows that mouthwash is not good for you. And I'm gonna make it short and simple. The reason being that it kills the good bacteria that we need in our mouth. Okay, it kills the good and the bad, but there's good bacteria that we have to have in order to maintain the proper balance. And some of those bacteria are located at the base of the tongue, and those are the ones that actually control nitric oxide. And if you know anything about nitric oxide, NO, that is what it takes to relax blood vessels. And when blood vessels cannot relax, we have something called high blood pressure. So if you know anyone who's struggling with the blood pressure,
Hmm.
let them know, drop the mouthwash. Do not use that because it contributes to high blood pressure.
Interesting. Wow. I hope everybody made a note of that. You know, although this program is being recorded. Wow. We have
Thank
another
you.
hand. We have another hand raised at this time. You can unmute your mic.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Good
My name
evening.
is Igor. I've been listening to you guys some time to time, but also the toothpaste. If you have fungus, you could use it. Wash your feet, wash your toes, and you put it at night. It do help heal the fungus. If you have a cut, a burn, it helps also. And one of the product that helps for spirulina. It helps cleanse your liver. It's not just the milk thistle, but spirulina does that also. It helps cleanse the liver and your kidney. Thank you.
Also, I have a question. When you wash your feet, is it at night and you put it on there just before you go to bed and you let it stay over there overnight
Yes,
with the toothpaste?
yes.
Okay. And then in the
Uh,
morning,
and
do
then
you
in
like
the
rinse
morning,
your
I
feet
wash
off?
it out.
Okay.
And sometimes I do put a little bit in the morning also after I'm done taking my shower. But I
Okay.
usually do it at night because you're at rest, you're not going nowhere.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's a little bit sticky. So that's
Uh-huh.
why I try to do it at night instead of doing the day.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Uh, you're welcome.
Okay. Um, is there anybody else with a testimony? Okay. Now, okay. And Dr. Walita, last week they was talking about the Manuka honey. I have something special about the Manuka honey that Dr. Roberta did. But before I do that, I like it when you send me certain research. And every now and then you pop up with a certain research in which you share with us It kind of opens up our eyes. Now, you talked about the mouthwash. You know, is there anything else that you popped up this weekend through your reading? She's always, like I say, it really helps us when she's when she's researching, when she's reading. But is there any else
Well,
that
there was more to the mouthwash actually. Uh, in
uh
fact, they were saying that if you use the mouthwash, it can actually harm your health of your teeth. It causes dry mouth, um, and other problems. And they actually gave the history of Listerine, for example. It started out, it was actually a surgical wash to cleanse the body before surgery to kill the bacteria. That's what it started out with. And then after they stopped using it for that,
uh
and they were actually selling it as a floor wash.
wow, Listerine floor wash?
Yes, yeah, it was sold
Wow.
as a floor wash. If you look back, you follow the follow the path. And then somebody came up with the idea to sell it as a mouthwash. It was never meant for that. And you can see the history of mouthwash. It goes back far, but they were only using salt, rinse. So it's okay to rinse with salt. See, the thing about the salt is it's antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, but it only kills the bad ones. See, that's the thing about the salt. So it's okay to rinse. If you need a rinse, just use warm salt. But as far as we know now, people who are using the toothpaste are voluntarily telling us, oh, I don't need mouthwash anymore.
Hey,
So,
hey,
so
here we go. Listerine floor wash. Wow. I kind of looked that up. You can have the original or cool mint to mop your floor. Oh my God.
I can't believe you found that.
Oh
Yep,
my God.
yep.
Also, my.
Hey,
That's
they
interesting.
say a
It's worth
picture
a
is
thousand
worth,
words.
that's right. That picture says it
Yeah.
all.
But so if y'all got any Listerine left, hey, you can keep using it, or there are other uses for it. Okay.
Hmm.
Interesting.
And I see a
Okay.
question here, can we use a toothpaste as mouthwash? But actually, if you're brushing your teeth correctly, you're going to brush your whole mouth. You're going to brush your tongue and everything with the
Right.
toothpaste. So you should not really need to use it as a mouthwash because you should have brushed your whole mouth. You brush your gums, not just the teeth. So you're going to brush your gums and your tongue when you do your brushing. But of course, if you feel that you need it, um, it's okay to use it.
As far as gargling with it for the back of the throat. Well,
Oh, is
well,
that what they're talking about?
that maybe that's it. But
Oh, okay.
we also have the popular spray.
That's right. That's what I would use.
Right. We have the popular spray. If you want to do something about, the back of the throat, the back of the gum. Sometimes it's a little irritating, kind of reaching back to the back of the tongue. But when you use that popular spray, and a matter of fact, let me pull it up as far as the popular spray is concerned, so that those that don't know about the popular spray, um, and this is good for people, let's say with asthma and things going on like that. Let me see the popular spray. Let's go here and let me see. Let me move this out the way right here so that I can get to the popular spray. Here it is right here. Oh yeah, definitely excellent. Excellent. I mean, I keep this with me all the time. All the time. you know, because I ain't planning on bringing nothing home with me. Indeed. I believe it. I believe they said it all starts in the back of the throat. It ain't getting past my throat. So I'm spraying with my propolis spray. We got a lot of nurses and doctors that are using this propolis spray. You know. Okay. Oh,
And you may want to mention that this is green propolis. This is a very unique propolis.
very unique.
The only this green propolis is only found in South America in the Andes Mountains. This particular plant that the bees are feasting on to create this particular green propolis. So it's very special. And that is an example of the uniqueness of Atomy, because Atomy, by it being a global company, it also, they do global sourcing. So they're not confined to any one country. They're looking globally for the very best that this world has to offer. And this is an example of it. So it has to go to Brazil to get this green propolis. It's not, sometimes people will think, oh, I can just go get some propolis. You won't be able to get this one here, okay? It's unique. And that is one of the reasons why that toothpaste works so well.
I know Dr. Roberta says she sprays it up each nostril. Now, what I do is I spray it on the Q-tip and swab up in there. I know someone else uses a cotton ball and swab up both nostrils. But hey, all I got to say is try it from both nostrils. You know, it's an awesome experience. You know, but there are those that have sprayed it up, you know, both nostrils. Do anybody have any questions? You can unmute your mic. Any questions on this evening?
Good evening, everyone. This
Good
is
evening.
Joy. This is Joy Butts, Sharon Rosemaster, and Center Director. I have a question, but not pertaining to what you're talking about. So, could I go ahead and ask?
Yes.
Okay. My sister is diabetic, and when she goes to the doctor to do her blood work, the doctor would come back and say that she has a lot of protein. She used Himohim, spirulina, and a few other products. Can anyone tell me, why that should be, or what, if there's something else she should use? And I've got another person ask me a question that they have fluid. I think they said fluid in their belly, or water in their belly, something like that. Could someone help me? Thank you.
Okay. Well, one of the things let's go with the belly first, is we have this stomach daily health product. It is in the global mall, and it really improves the stomach health. It actually helps to normalize the mucosa in the stomach, which is the lining of the stomach. That is the daily stomach health. You take one pack of those, and I think a couple of weeks ago we did have a story concerning that stomach health product. But anyone with any type of stomach issue, I would say start there. And of course, you could add the probiotics and the Fine to your daily regimen. Stomach health, probiotics, and Fine. And of course, I assume she's using the Himohim.
So
Now
that
let's
would
go
help
to
to that.
that's for the stomach, yeah.
Yeah, that's for the
Okay.
stuff. Okay.
Okay.
And
All
then the other question, what was the other question?
About
right.
the
Protein.
protein.
Protein. I don't know if it's
Protein.
in her
Was this
urine or if it's in
protein?
her blood.
protein in the urine. She was saying
She was having
protein.
protein in her urine.
Mhm. When they do the lab work, that she's coming back with too much protein. That's because the kidney's not able to break it down. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to start with the spirulina, milk thistle. You want to use those? Was she using those?
Joy.
Yes, she does, but she uses it when she feels like. That's the thing.
Oh no, you
She
have to
doesn't
be
use it.
consistent.
She
Right.
has to
Oh
be
no, you need to
consistent.
be
Yes,
consistent. Yeah, you want to
yes.
be
Okay.
consistent whenever you bring on a supplement. You want to give it 90 to 120 days in
Yes.
order to get the full effect. That's about the cycle of the body. It's going to take that long for the body to
Okay.
really respond
Okay.
for that. So that's what
So,
I would do.
so it's spirulina,
Mhm.
um,
And the milk thistle,
and the
rhodiola milk thistle.
those two. Okay, Dr. Walita, thank you very, very much, and Dr. Springer, thanks.
Have her to lay off of the meats too, because
The
the
meat.
kidney's not breaking down those proteins because of the diabetes. So if
Okay.
she can pull back, even a 7-day fast off of meat will give her a good jump start while she's starting on those particular supplements, because that her body's not breaking that meat down. If
Oh
she's
yeah,
not going
she
to
can
totally
also.
fast.
Oh yeah, she can also use the fine zyme.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'll send that.
Oh,
Okay, great.
But if
All right.
she's but listen, if she's a
Mhm.
blood type A, she needs to look into eating right for her blood type.
Okay. All righty. Thank you, lady.
And drink a
Thank
lot
you.
of water.
Water. Yes. Thank you.
Good evening. I have a question.
yes.
If somebody reported to me this week that she was diagnosed with brain tumor. Is there anything that they can use specifically for that purpose?
Yes, the hemohim, and the thing with that, if you have brain tumor, you really want to do 6 a day, and also add the pomegranate beauty, which is ellagic acid. I would just go with those two for sure. But the hemohim, 2 in the morning, 2 at noon, and 2 in the evening.
Okay.
You can
And what
also
about
add the ginkgo natto, would be the third
ginkgo
one. Yeah.
Or the ginkgo natto?
ginkgo? That's over in the global mall. In the global mall.
Let me see.
Yeah. The ginkgo is for
Yeah.
circulation, and the natto help dissolve scar tissue.
Or the ginkgo natto. Okay, I see. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you very much.
What
You're
about
welcome.
red ginseng?
You say, what about the red ginseng?
Yes. Won't that help the person also for blood flow?
I'm just sharing what I know has worked. I don't know.
Thank you.
I haven't used that, but I know I can touch 2 people with brain tumor who use the hemohim and the pomegranate beauty, and their tumors are shrinking. And the one girl just last week, they say she doesn't have it anymore.
Okay. Fantastic.
Wow,
We
this is
got enough.
fantastic. I thank you
Yeah,
very
she
much
Indeed.
said,
for that
hey,
information.
yeah, and this was her second time.
Right.
They
Wow.
removed it, it grew back, and now they removed it. But this time she went with the hemohim.
Okay. All right. We have another hand raised. You can unmute your mic.
This is not with the products, but with someone that has a tumor. I just saw where they were saying that if you take tofu and freeze it, and place it, you mash up the tofu and you freeze it, and that if you place it on those areas, that they said that this is one of the ways that they've been able to remove the tumors.
Things
Also,
that make you go,
so you take the
I don't know.
tofu
I'm
and
not familiar with that. I'm just, I can only
right.
share what I know works.
Right, and I'm not familiar with it either. I just saw something like this as well. Thank you.
Mhm. But we
Okay.
know there are many, many, many ways that people have beat it. But we know that I know that hemohim works.
Okay. And Deborah asked, best regimen for MS. For MS,
MS,
neuropathy. Yes.
oh, multiple sclerosis,
Yes.
MS. Okay,
Yes.
all right, that is a deficiency disease. So you're going, is it a girl or a boy?
Okay. Deborah, you can unmute your mic. Is it a girl or boy?
I know somebody who has MS, but it is a boy.
Okay.
Okay, did
This
she
is
answer?
and
Did she say
I have a daughter that has MS. I,
It's a
I have a
girl.
daughter that has
girl?
MS.
All right, so for the girl, I'm gonna say, of course, hemohim, but for the girl, make sure you add that Sephora Queen. Sephora Queen, and make sure you add, it's a deficiency disease, so you got to give them nutrition. Sephora Queen and the B complex. Start there. And then, of course, hemohim, and I would also add Alaska Omega.
Okay. That's that Sephora Queen right there. Multivitamin complex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
Okay.
has your vitamins, minerals, as well as herbs.
Mm. Okay.
And for the guys with MS, you can use the, they have that multivitamin, or you can go with, I've been going with the Vital Energy.
Okay. The vital energy in that
Yeah,
new stuff over in the
yeah,
global
yeah,
mall.
yeah. It's got Vital Energy. It has your vitamins, minerals, as well as herbs.
Oh, that's over in the global
So I
mall,
will go with
everybody.
the Vital Energy and the B complex. I will start there.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the guys, you need to really look into that Vital Energy. Power Vital Energy. That's what it is. Power Vital Energy.
Now, how would that be the
Yeah,
same, or
you
would it
take,
be different for lupus?
yeah,
For
lupus is
lupus.
an autoimmune disease.
Okay.
That's a little bit different. It's the body
Okay.
attacking itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's in the same form with the arthritis. So that's a little different.
Okay. So with the same form as far as with the arthritis, would you use the cancer regimen, but also use the tumescent?
Well, it depends on it. There's two different kinds of arthritis. Are we talking about
I'm talking about for lupus.
osteo or rupin? Huh?
For lupus.
Oh, okay. So you would lose the same as you would for rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I
So
have a
this will.
question.
Mhm.
What about sarcoidosis?
Doesn't sarcoidosis kind of mimics MS?
Yes, it could be a deficiency also. But what's
Mhm.
happening there is it's still autoimmune.
Yeah.
So you want to,
Right.
and see, it's making that sarcoid is basically a scar tissue. So you want to make sure, of course, you're going to do your basic, your hemohim and all, but you also want to add that ginkgo natto.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. And I know from experience in working with
I,
someone, that the tumescent, definitely, that tumescent would be very important in that. Hmm.
yep.
What about gout?
I don't want to feel like
Gal,
I'm picking on people
gal,
about, oh, I'm sorry. Um, gout, you use on the natural side, you're going to use pineapple. It helps to get rid of gout. But the hemohim as well. And you may also want to consider, because a lot of times gout is in relationship to circulation, the ginkgo natto. And if there's a diabetes symptoms or something like that, you want to add your glucose care. Anything else, Dr. Williams would probably, be able to add to that. On the subject of the sarcoidosis, though, I don't want to be picking on meat eaters, but that deficiency is usually in regards to people with sarcoidosis usually eat a lot of meat and no vegetables. And so that's why the body is fighting. It doesn't have that balance that it needs to break that down. So again, you add to that fine and probiotic and pull back off the meat. It's a meat attack tonight, look like from Dr. Springer, but pull back off of that meat.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, because I definitely pulled off the meats for years now.
Okay, yeah, you tell the difference. Yeah. Anything you want to add about that gout, though? On the natural side with the gout, you can also use pineapple. She can give you the other herbs, but you can use pineapple. The core of that pineapple will attack that gout and help along with your herbs. But eat a lot of pineapple, particularly the curb, the core of it in some spring water. Once you cut that root off, that green root off of it, that brown section there, leave that on. That's where all your enzymes are. And that's what helps to break down that gout, which
That
is
uric
also
acid.
why we say the fine zyme would work. But if you're going to snack on something, make it
Yeah.
pineapple.
That's
But
amazing. Thank you.
one other product that we want to add for gout is, and this is a big one, the Montmorency cherry.
the
The
cherry.
cherry. Yeah. Yeah, that's the cure for
That's
gout. The cherry
oh,
juice.
okay.
Yeah. That's the
Because
ancient
that's
cure for gout, was always cherry juice. And we have
oh,
it.
so that's going back over into that global mall.
Mm-hmm.
We've always
Yeah,
tried the
yeah,
cherry
yeah,
juice
yeah. We
too.
have to go to
Yeah.
the global mall. Yeah, we have to embrace the global mall. Can't be afraid of the global mall. We got to go there. That's ours too.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, I have quite a few products on my shelf, and this is one of them.
That
From the global
Montmorency
mall.
cherry. And see, anybody who is having trouble sleeping, you want to make sure to get that at night. It has natural melatonin in it also, since we
Right.
mentioned that Montmorency cherry. And even during the day, if you have anxiety, you have people with anxiety or stress, this is a good one for them to use even during the day to calm down.
Excellent.
I just remembered what it was. I kept saying it's one more something we need to add for that brain tumor, and that's the Pua tea.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that's a good
Okay.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
The Pull T. That's net, which is over in the
Yeah.
U.S. mall.
It's in the U.S. mall. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. There it is, right here. Oh, excellent. Good support there. Good support.
Yeah,
Indeed.
this has been an ancient cure in China for cancer. And this is one of the things that I noticed about Atomy is they bring a lot of powerful products in to our mall. And for a fact, if they would tell the if they would tell the
Right.
authorities we're bringing a cure for cancer, they would never get it in here. So it tells you it's for slim body. But look it up. Do your research, and you can see where it comes from and what it's been used for thousands of years. So yeah, just be aware of that. Don't worry about the slim body. Yeah, it has been used for that.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Well, it's been quite interesting this evening. Good questions, good answer. I hope everybody was taking notes.
Oh,
Can
Okay,
you get,
we
can you get any
yes,
list?
yes. Do you have one other question?
Like I would for lupus, what's can you list the items or the products that?
Well, what I do is I'll post this one immediately, so it should be up by, let's say, by Saturday, and you'll be able to go back and take your notes on that as far as with lupus.
what
So
about
we will.
neuropathy? Oh, I'm sorry. Neuropathy?
Okay. Did we answer that one earlier? Did we talk about it?
We've answered it many times, but we can talk about it.
Uh, that's that's up to you because this will be posted
Okay.
So please, where do you post it?
on on
On the
um on
channel,
YouTube
Compassionate
on
Healthcare
YouTube.
Providers
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
What I
Thank
Educational
you.
do
Series.
is right,
Hold
and
on. Can I ask a question?
um, yes, I'm going to put a link to uh the YouTube channel uh in the chat so you'll know where to go. Just you can go on and ask the question while I find the link to the channel. Okay.
All right, I see. I'm looking in the channel. Somebody's saying, how often can you take the Full-ART? Take it every day. What's the dose for the Tumorsin per day? Take 2 white and 2 brown, 1, 2, or 3 times a day, depending on how severe the pain is. Let's see what else I see in here. Somebody says, okay, and we go to the channel and you see blood pressure. You see all these answers to all these are already on there.
Right.
Do you,
Desmond.
do you have a chart that shows the type of food you eat according to your blood type?
I'm going to refer you to the book, Eat Right for Your Type, Peter D. Adamo, and it's in every library, and it's
That's
on Amazon.
repeat.
Online too. You can look it up online if you know your blood type. Put it in, and it'll give you a list as well.
Oh yeah, you can Google. Yeah, in this you can Google. Just
Yeah.
Google diet for blood type
Yeah.
A,
Okay.
Whatever it
B,
is. Yeah.
whatever yours is. Yeah, it's just readily available.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank you.
Annie. Annie, you can unmute your mic.
Yes, I have a question on what would be a good product I can use for if my alkaline is elevated or if it's high?
What now?
My alkaline. So I'm assuming that's some form of acid that could be in the colon or even in the lungs area, but not sure. It's alkaline, ALKALINE.
So the doctor said that you have high level alkaline, or are you
Yes,
getting okay?
yes, through the blood work.
I don't know. I have to see more information on that one. If you'd
And
like to
also,
give me a call.
I will.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Some things we are able to do with let's say, with an assessment. Something does target, and Dr. Walita does do a more intense assessment, and we've been getting great results. If it takes that, I advise anybody get with Dr. Walita, do an assessment, and you can really see some good results. It's really worth it. Okay.
How would I contact Dr. Alita?
You can actually go to my website, which
Okay.
is ask Dr. Walita. AskDrWiletha. AskDrWaleta.com.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
You're
Now,
welcome.
okay, you're welcome indeed. Vantella. You
Good
may
evening.
unmute. Good evening, Van. Indeed.
This is a question for the doctors. I have a 16-year-old granddaughter, new onset seizures. She's a diabetic. Her glucose was around 596. Stopped breathing multiple times. She does have some aphasia. She doesn't have a problem with memory, but her speech is
Okay, you're gonna
not
have to
there.
talk to me. You're gonna have to call me on that. That's more than we can do on this call.
Uh-oh. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Indeed. It will be worth it. Indeed. Okay. We're going to
Was that
take.
Vantilla?
Yes.
Vantilla, call me.
Definitely.
Get out of here.
Indeed. Okay, we're going to take one more question. You can unmute your mic.
Question in the chat, what do you need for what is lymphedema?
Lymphedema.
You need
Hemohim. Hemohim?
most of
Start
the
Hemohim.
most of the products that she talked about in relationship to cancer, in the head, the tumor in the head, most of those products, anything related to cancer, that list of products.
Mm-hmm. But make sure they're drinking water.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, Annie, I know that have we already answered your question because you needed Dr. Walita's information. Okay, good. All right. All right. Well, it's almost 9 o'clock, and we're gonna get ready to say, good night on this evening. But we.
Welcome to Compassionate Healthcare Providers Educational Series.